Because you guys, well, you have them international relationships, right? I remember saying about D12 and Khalees, when Khalees was at the Mobos.
Yeah.
I think you guys were making those kind of US connections before the internet, really. You know, before it was cool to, because basically there's this debate now that, you know, US stars are linking up with UK artists, and it's a big deal, and it's a big move, and you got to respect it. But your relationships with US artists more authentic, I believe.
That's right. Because
you guys are just doing you. You're not bothered about watering anything down, making anything mainstream. It's like, this is us.
Correct, right.
And that's it. People, the demographic is whatever the demographic is, right? But now it's a completely different ball game. You've got grime artists, and their fans are, you know, middle class white kids from Somerset.
So different.
But that's because they can reach Somerset. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And that kind of thing. You guys out here doing. I mean, how many shows was you doing a night before? You was telling me you was doing something like 6 shows a night, live shows.
Bro, it was madness. Like I said, you leave your house like, I leave my house 6 o'clock in the morning. You then got to do like all the TV shows in the morning, perform on that. Then you got to do your press. Come night time, you're doing under 18s. After you finish under 18s, remember we're big in the garage world, so now we got to go and do garage raves. That was round the clock, bro. I leave my yard at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting home at 6 o'clock the next day, bro, in the morning. It was relentless. Like the work ethic, because we was a part of a scene. The last of the scene in this industry is the grime scene. But these drill and all that type of music, it isn't a scene, bro.
Do you think it's because it's too early, or do you think it's too much like a spin-off of?
Yeah, drill boy. You wouldn't say drill come from the raves like grime did or garage did.
Yeah,
we was in raves MCing and us lot, Kanos, Wileys, like spitters. That was our training. These used to come off their estates.
Yeah,
shooting videos on their estates, uploading the video, and then getting the exposure, and then maybe get a record deal. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it ain't a scene. It's not like. No offense to any young kid, but they could do any of kids in this rap era. They could not live with us in a room of spitting, bro.
No.
They could. Like, that energy.
Unless you're talking someone like Chip.
No,
Chip's a spitter.
I would never put Chip in that.
Well, in the new category. Yeah, because he's been.
I would never call Chip new.
No.
Because Chip still had wily training, bro.
Yeah. Alright then. So Stormzy.
Chip's a wily. Chip's a barer. No, Stormzy's a barer.
He's new though.
Yeah, he's new, correct.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about, you're picking out elites, bro. That's why they're stars. You got to pick out the elite ones, right? You know? They're stars, bro. But I'm talking about, there's a lot of these youths, like they would get swallowed. I've seen some rappers come to our shows and they're like, bro, mad. They're like, mad. This is mad. This is, because we can flow at any tempo. If you're a true MC, you might say affiliate So Solid to garage, innit? Bruv, Swiss is one of the best rappers this country's ever had. Simple. Swiss was never a garage barer, but Swiss can bar on anything. Mega, the most versatile spitter you would ever meet. Can do rap, hip hop, grime, garage. Yeah, if you're an MC, bro, it's cool. You need to look into the word MC. Masters of ceremony, bro. And a true MC can bar on anything. You don't put yourself. We got to stop putting brackets on ourselves too. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think Chip said it one time after we done Red Bull Culture Clash. He went, "All right, you're saying UKG versus grime, but Chip's like, we all come from the same cloth, bro. Do you understand?" And I agreed with him. You don't need to kind of separate the music. You can separate the sound, but it actually comes under one.
Yeah, one umbrella.
If you hear So Solid Dilemma, that's probably what you would say that music started. We started making it dark, like how grime is. The kick in it, bass that would just make you want to fight. That's when we started to take garage out of the sing-along vocals, happy verses.
Yeah, of course.
We brought that fucking gangster shit to garage. So I believe that's when music started to get darker. Moving on to Dizzy's I Love You, Boy in the Corner album, Wiley's era. That's when it started to get proper. That's when I watched the Escobar dance days, I was like, wow, bro, is there any girl in this rave, bro? Is there any gal in this rave? Because garage was gal everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. Champagne popping.
These men are shelling down their raves, man. Wicked atmospheres. But I'm seeing a bunch of you with hoods up, bro. In East London, I'm like, intense. But real spitters, man.
You know, one of the things you spoke about actually was drill artists. Now, when you was in So Solids, right, you had kind of I want to say kind of issues with like police and government and especially media. In fact, I mean, now what we're seeing is drill artists facing a similar sort of stigma. How do you think? Like, what do you think about that? Because really, to be honest, does it look like we've come a long way from when you guys were spitting to now when the drill guys are? If they're getting the same level of criticism and scrutiny, it's not as relentless because they have social media as their outlet, and of course, like you're saying, YouTube and uploading videos. But do you see a lot of similarities?
Of course I do. But who I can fully relate to on the level of like banning shows and all the obstacles they've had to deal with. Gigs.
Yeah.
And Gigs is my bro. He's the only person that's like been through exactly what So Solid's been through. Me and him have had this discussion on the phone. Do you know what I mean? So I've like respect him. Like Gigs is authentic. There's no fabrication to him. He comes from the streets, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? He comes from real shit and has worked hard to get to where he's got to get to. So I can relate to that. With some of the drill artists who I like some of their tunes and I love their movement because it's good. I just love seeing the ghetto youths do well, bro, because I come from that. I don't believe they help themselves sometimes with their content.
What do you mean by that?
But when I say their content, sometimes like they actually talk about the actual incident that happened.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying to myself is like, bro, please stop. Because all you're doing is giving police bare information.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can talk about situations, but you can turn it into a story.
Yeah.
You can be a bit more clever with it.
Like a non-fiction kind of vibe.
You lot are actually saying that I went to my man's block.
Yeah.
I took out my thing and I've done that. I'm like, mate, you've just grasped on yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? The next you know, you hear that, oh, the video's been taken down. How much drill videos have you seen that's been taken down? Or the police are now using the videos for evidence in court cases. Bro, what the fuck? Listen, if I done something of that level, I am not going to go on a record and give you the full-on details.
Yeah, how it happened, where it happened, who it happened.
Do you understand? And sometimes I'm listening to these songs and I'm like, what? These youths don't care. And I think do you know what I think's amazing? The ones that they can't show their faces.
Yeah.
Because when they've come out on their probation, the guy's gone to them, you can't record no form of music or be associated to that gang. And they come and put a mask.
Problem solved.
And stand next to the same brethren that they're not meant to stand next to, but they'll be like, it's not me. I've got a mask on. That side of it does make me laugh because it shows like, these boys ain't stupid.
Trying to be clever, right?
You know what I mean? And like I said, I just love seeing the youths do well because I don't like waking up hearing that youth's being killed or it does nothing for my day. It just makes me feel sad. It's just like another one of our cultures that's gone. And Johnny is savage because we're just going at each other. We focus so much on each other as artists. Like when I go on Twitter, I'm like, but I don't even want to follow these youths because all you do is just tweet negativity. This rapper's shit, that rapper's that. Me, I got money, I got this, bruv. No one gives a fuck, bro. Do you understand? Like we're meant to be one. The more we're united as a unit, as a culture, the more powerful we can be and great we can be. But we're so focused on taking out each other. And these youths, wait till I see my ops or my pagans and all these fucking words they use. I'm like, bruv, you're just spending half of your life taking out your own people.
I think a lot of people just lost, man. Definitely now. I think
very lost.
I think a lot of people just kind of just lack guidance. I think that's what it's about. It's a lot of lack of guidance. No structure. People get caught up in things, and I understand once you're caught up in things, it's hard to go back.
Very hard.
Because you want to, even those ones who want to try and go back and change their life, people are always going to look at them in a certain way. So they'll be thinking, "Oh, forget this. Let me just go back to doing what I was doing." So I understand the dilemma, but I mean, now kids are getting killed on the street. You know.
I'm not saying it's safe, bro, and it's not good enough. Yeah. In life, this is your body, innit? This is your mind, innit? We're all left with choices, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
So if I leave my yard, in any form of angry state that I'm in, and I go, I'm going to kill that person or shoot them, stab them, I've made that decision, bro. I've made that choice. So it's all well to go, yeah, because you got a bus back because he done that to your brethren, he done that. Cool, if that's the lifestyle you want to live, pick one or the other. Either be a musician or be a fucking gangster, bro. Do you understand? But you cannot mix the two. Any rapper that sits here and tells you they can mix the two is chatting shit, bro. Because it will come back to bite you in your ass. Because once you're a musician, people know where you're going to be.
Yeah.
You're on posters. You got to live different. You got to move different. So yeah, you can still be a rapper and go back to the hood and show love to the people. I go back to the hood, that's home. But you can go back there as a good man and help and try and show the youths guidance and make them, try and teach them how to be a better person and how to get out of it, and just, you know, trying to, if I talk to any youngers from my area that I've grown up, I'm just trying to give them positive knowledge. bro, think about that decision. Because if you do that, you're gonna be sitting in one room, bro, for 25 years, bro. One rotted room.
And when you think of it like that, it's not really worth it.
It's not worth it.
I think when you're young as well, you don't really think there are consequences. And most you just think, okay, I'll just do this. But because you have the experience of going through things, this is how it can go. But luckily, if you can see someone else go through that and suffer consequences, surely you should be able to look at my man and be like, yeah, I want to do that because look what's happened to him.
There you go. And you, like, what I say to those, and true, you're also faced with this with the younger generation, yeah? You're trying to talk to them. And I don't care. Man's riding. You do care. Deep down you do care. But that's the image you think you need to give off, innit? You don't give a fuck. Because that's what people respect you for. This whole rap game's a whole load of bullshit, bro. Like, oh, I respect him because he's put in work and he's done that. Or he's done this on the street, or he's done that. So fucking what, bro? We're making music. No matter what. You got someone like Tiny Temper, who's no form of gangbanger. He's the most successful fucking rapper. Do you understand? Because he got his head down, he worked hard, he didn't try and act like something that he's not, didn't portray that he's a gangster, got into fashion, started moving with like Kate Moss, different people. Man's a star sitting in his big yard. So
all based on his choices.
All based on his choices. Didn't actually, never went on camera and said, yeah, I'm a bad man, because he's not a bad man. We know Tiny's a good youth. So it's all bullshit, bro. Sometimes like when I go in it and I think, especially when you're the creator of it, like we're the creators, whether you like it or not. We was here before any of you lot was here. Any of you. The only man I could ever put on that next to us is Wiley. He's the only man that I can take him out and go, respect, bro. Don't tell me about Dizzy. Don't tell me about all these other artists, bro. Like, Dizzy's done amazing things, but Dizzy came after us. Yeah?
That's true.
Dizzy clashed Asher to get recognition at that time. Remember, he went for Asher.
Yeah.
He went for our top lyricist. Them lot had their beef of lyrics, and it is what it is. Massive respect to Dizzy. But who are you asking me to respect, bro? Who was my template? My template. Soul to Soul. What black artist did we have to look up to in England?
Couldn't even name one.
Thank you. If you want to give respect where respect is due, of people starting the movement of rap, Rodney P, Black Twang, gotta give them man their props, bro. But what we done was revolutionary, bro. It changed. It changed England.
It can't be matched.
Never.
I know that you've mentioned Skepta as a great artist. Now Skepta's been around for forever, basically, and now he's getting that real recognition he deserves. Do you think that he would be able to do even half of what you guys have done? Even though it's a different era, different demographic.
No, and I mean that with the greatest respect to him. Skepta's Skepta for Skepta's reasons, and he's respected for his reasons. In terms of the Boy Better Know thing, that was the closest thing to So Solid, but their whole movement's different to us, bro.
Yeah,
it's a different movement. We're not the same. Our crews both move differently. They executed grime in a very successful way, and we executed what we was doing UKG in our way. But it's easy to compare boys that are in a crew.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Boy Better Know and So Solid are not the same. Not in no shape or form, bro. Just because we're a collective. Two totally different sounds. What I respect Skepta for is that he had a lot of knockbacks to be successful. Think about how many sounds that he fucked with. Do you remember he made the tune Bad Boy? He made the tune Amnesia.
Yeah.
Then he went into the garage world and used Creed. He fucked with so many sounds to find himself. And it was weird. He went through all that, done a big full 360, went back to what he's known for, broke up the place. and that's what I like about him.
Probably made him a better artist as well.
Skepta's bad. Like, do you know what I like about him? Like I always say to people, when you listen to Skepta and his lyrics, I'm like, I get you. He don't like fucking with no one in the industry. He won't conform to no one. He doesn't give a shit about the glitz and glamour. He just loves fucking music. And I like the way he backs his boys. Boy Better Know, I like the way they're a unit. I respect that. But he's just in a different lane, bro.
Yeah,
he's different.
That's why he stands out. You stand out by being like what they say. The best way to stand out is by being yourself.
Yeah, I like one of his lyrics. He says, "Yeah, Rob, when he goes, tell Grace, his manager, don't pick up the phone calls. I don't want to do these sessions. It's like these people are obsessed with my style of expression." And I said, I feel you. Because Skepta's not a man that wants to do interviews, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
You see his body language, bro. He's just like, oh, just give me a fucking booth and let me make music. Let me, you know, go and sit in New York with ASAP Mob and learn about Brooklyn. Then next thing he'll be in Nigeria with his dad, opening schools. I'm like, that's the shit you should be doing. You know what I mean? Showing positives. There's a lot of things that you can look at Skepta for the young kids and be like, you know what, yeah? This is how you're meant to move. You're showing the youth the right message. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see him at all these award shows and on the internet,
really?
On the internet doing all this stupidness and arguing with people. And sometimes I look at like these things and like some rappers, I'm like, mate, fuck off.
Just too stressful, man. Too stressful. Do you know what I mean?
You're just so angry.
Yeah.
Don't you see no good in the world? You know what I'm saying? And you're always dissing that man's album or that man, like, stop all that shit, man.
Well, you've been with So Solid for, with them for a number of years. You guys are actually still doing shows now, but you did come into TV around about that time as a TV presenter. I mean, adapting, that's the best way I can describe it. I mean, who would think they're going to pick an MC of a crew who have been splattered on the papers for doing this and accused of doing that and blamed for this, and now they're going to say to you, okay, cool, we want you to come on T4 and present. How did that even come about?
I went and done an interview to promote. When I signed my solo deal coming out of So Solid, I went on T4 just to do an interview there. June Sarpong was like an auntie to me. And then the producer, bigger up at the time, Jamie Valentine on Channel 4, just called me in, done that interview, then called me back again to do another one. And then they started making me do like little segments in the show and that. Like, it's all dedicated to me. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, my mum was like, you're on there every week.
Yeah.
And then at that time, my dad was managing me. My dad rang me and he was like, oh, they've offered you like a 3-month contract.
Oh, sick.
To do what, Dad?
Yeah.
Present. What? Present?
Yeah.
I said, is this a joke? And then within me doing my first month and then they ripped up my contract, gave me 6 months. Ripped up again, gave me a year. I was like, what is going on? And then other things came, you know. So I got my own show on Sky One called Footballers Pads when I used to go to famous footballers' houses.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I've done so much in presenting that I'm even trying to remember.
I'm thinking like,
it's mental.
I think to me it's of how you come across. You can talk, you know, you can interact with different people. Well, that's probably what they've really seen, right? Yeah. They've seen that. Okay, well, this is a guy who can speak to artists, but you can also speak to footballers. You can speak to musicians. You can speak to this person from this generation, that generation. Just being adaptable and just being just a bit of a chameleon, almost, right? Because that's the kind of vibe that I got. You managed to interview some great stars, Hollywood stars. Halle Berry, one of them, like big names.
Jennifer Lopez, Jackie Chan, Spike Lee, Barry Pepper, Ed Norton.
Jesus.
I got my, do you know what's mad the other day? Imagine I had all my stuff on VHS, just sitting there for years. I drove past the shop with my missus and it went, we convert everything, mini DVDs. I converted everything, bro. And it had everything on there, bro. And I was like this. I mean, my missus like watched it and she went, Jesus Christ, look at the amount of people you've interviewed. And it's like all, it was edited, and then like my interview with Spike Lee, Jennifer Lopez at the time. I mean, every legend, that you could probably think of, I've interviewed. That's gone on to be icons. We've toured with Eminem. Spike Lee, one of my favourite independent movie directors, interviewed him. Ed Norton, what a great actor. Finesse, bruv. I'm blessed. But a lot of it is like, never put yourself in a box. I hate when people use their colour as an excuse, or we act like we've had it harder than everyone else. Because everything you told me I couldn't be, I became. So if I believed in everything you told me, and told me that black people can only do this, black people can only do that, then I'll just be sitting on a council estate with some negative frame of mind, thinking this is just the world. But I've travelled the world, bruv. I've been around so many different demographics of people. I've been around villains, top gangsters, gay people. I don't care, bruv. I judge you for the person you are. I don't care what you sexually do in your private time. I treat you how you treat me. And that's called being a chameleon. Adapting to your environment. Do you understand? That's what you have to do. And not just that, I'm a people's person. I like being around good people. I don't care what, like I said,
it's infectious. That's why it's infectious. It's good when you're around. It's like they say you're the average of your 5 closest people you hang around with, stuff like that, right? So if you're around good people, obviously you're gonna people want you to do well. You want them to do well.
Exactly.
There's no time for negativity.
Exactly. Bro, look what you're doing. Yeah, you got to look at it like this. Yeah, like I'm not really into these interviews no more, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I've got so much respect for you and what you was doing and your movement and the way you carry yourself and what you stand for. I said I'll do this because you understand the history. I can see that you're passionate about the music and your craft of presenting before any money.
Yeah.
You can never beat the love.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So first and foremost, I'm 40 years old, bro, and every day I still love what I do when I get up in the morning. Do I love music as much? No, I don't. Not because, in terms of like, but it's because I've been doing it 20 years.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I've got to get on a flight tonight to Dubai to do a show. People are like, yo, you're lucky. I'm like, do you know how many flights I get on? Yeah. Joe, it gets to the point that when I go to Heathrow, the security know me. You know, the security
just letting me, don't worry.
Yes, Harvey, one gone. It's one in Jamaica, man, at Heathrow. You good? Where you going tonight? Dubai, bro. All right, man. See you in a couple of days.
It's a good life to have, man.
But no, at the same time, man, I'm blessed, man. And like I said to you, got people out there that wake up and they don't enjoy what they're doing, and they're miserable. You know what I'm saying? And they're sad. So yeah, I'm blessed, bro. And
you got a beautiful family as well.
Yeah.
Got 2 daughters, a son, just had a son.
Yeah.
Getting big already. I mean, that's your first son, man, after having girls.
Man. So 3 girls, obviously, but my 2 that's at home.
Yeah,
so
yeah, cool, yeah.
Previous, but bro, it's fucking a blessing, man.
Yeah, it's a different energy.
It's just but having a son is just a different ball game because I always wanted a boy.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad I had
daughters first.
Yeah, because I think all the stuff that I went through with women and the judgment of me and whatnot. You look at your daughters, yeah, and then you be like, would you like someone to do that to your daughter? It's the biggest harm you could ever deal with, you know. I swear to God.
Well, Nas says gives the greatest what is it? The greatest thing that he gives, greatest curse he gives players is a daughter, right?
Yeah. Remember the tune?
Yeah,
the daughter's one, big tune.
Yeah.
And I mean, bro, my 11-year-old, yeah, we went to dinner the other day, and this is my oldest daughter, and I said to her, you do know when your body changes.
Oh, one of them conversations.
You can talk to me, innit?
Yeah.
If dad's got to run to the chemist, I'm
yeah.
So I'm trying to build up this nervous conversation, like at a restaurant, and then she's sitting next to like my missus, her stepmom, and then my daughter looks at me like, Dad. Yeah. That's happened a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that's it, man. You can't get involved because I mean I'm the only boy out of 5 sisters, right?
So you know.
But that kind of stuff. My mum deals with that.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just, that's what it is,
but she already told my missus 2 weeks
before.
they
want it. It's good that they've had that connection, man. They're able to talk about that.
She's like, why didn't you tell me she's going through woman stuff?
Because women want to talk to other women about it, man.
Why am I telling you? What can you do?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, for real.
It's good that she gets on, because you can say this is like a stepmom. It's good that she has a good relationship.
Great relationship.
It's like very, very important, man.
Yeah.
And she's going to see how you treat her and think, okay, this is how, women should be treated. This is
100%.
how I want to be treated, because it's their dad is their first hero, you know?
100%, brother. You just said the words, and the key thing, what I like about my missus, no matter what, like the kids from my previous relationships, my missus don't fuck about. So if we go shopping, we got like all the kids stuff.
Yeah.
She don't ramp. No kids feeling left out.
Yeah.
Not in our house. Do you know what I mean? You was big enough to go with them women.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but we have to make sure the kids are alright. You get me? So if man's shopping, man's buying for all the kids, even if they're not there. Yeah, okay, you got to get Angel out. I'm like, oh, she don't rap, boy, because she's a big believer in family. Do you understand? And you don't need to, even when people like, we come from a broken home. No, we just come from things where parents are split up. Yeah. And that happens. We're not unique. Yeah. A lot of it's just down to your parenting of how you manage the situation. As long as you tell the truth to your kids, man, they'll be fine. Yeah. And
so we were talking before about fitness, a few other bits like that, but you was involved in the games as well. You won the games as well. That's the training camp you were telling me, right? The 6-week training camp, just intense.
Yeah.
Was that almost like being back in the training ground from your football days, or was it more intense?
It wasn't even. No, Joe, it was more intense. It was like you're doing. Remember, each day you're doing a different event. So it's like one day you might do athletics in the morning, and then but it was so random, like athletics, and then the next day they were like you're going to Scotland to do curling. You know curling.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine this, yeah. Do you know that was my favourite event out of everything? So and that and the vault. You know the gymnastics vault.
Yeah.
The vault I was so sick at. It's amazing what your body can do, but you never try these things unless someone put you in that position. And the guy, the Olympic guy, said to me, "Do you know if you'd done the vault as a kid, yeah, you'd have been in the Olympics."
So yeah, you was involved with the games, high intensity, lots of different types of training, pole vaulting, athletics, weightlifting.
Yeah.
Do you feel? I've got to ask you a personal question, man, on this one.
Of course you can.
Okay. Also now, obviously, when you was training football, lot younger, different types. Was you feeling it more? You're training the games at a later stage in your age.
Do you know what? No. Shall I tell you when I've actually started to feel pains, bro? Now.
Yeah.
Like, random. Like, it's the wear and tear of everything you've done in it. So, like, my left Achilles, bro. Always, if I train, I always got to like stretch my left Achilles properly. Little niggles, back. Things that I've never suffered from. And I think that's just the wear and tear of all the sports and activities that I've done. And
you're still training now. What's your schedule like? Because I've seen you on Insta boxing.
Yeah.
I've seen you doing runs on the treadmill. Do you have a set? Are you one of these Terry Crews? See, Terry Crews is a workout.
Crews. Yeah.
Bro.
My workout's everything.
Yeah. It's everything every day.
Like everything. So just actually gonna throw people and everyone go like, my workout, is 50 minutes exactly.
Yeah.
So what I do, you go in there, and I do running machine, level 16, incline 1.5. Yeah. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. 30 seconds on, 10 times. Yeah. It's hard. It'll kill you.
I know.
But I'm used to it. So that's my warm up. Yeah. I come off that. The weights that you pushing on the track.
Oh yeah, the sled.
Yeah, sled. I do my sleigh training. Onto the bench. Do my benching sets. Sit-ups. Leg press. That's all the weights done. That will take me 35 minutes. After that, pads. My trainer comes in. Either Christopher Savage, who you don't know as Branches on the internet. Who me and him from, he's an actual personal trainer. Okay. Me and him will do the pads, or another girl called Emma who trains me. And in the last 20 minutes I just be intense pad work, bro. Intense pad work. I do quiet day, I do 3 rounds of 3 minutes with a minute rest. Hard day, 5 rounds of 2 minutes, minute rest.
I need to up my levels, man.
Yeah.
I need to up it, because now I'm doing the mix between Monday to Wednesday I do weights, so that's a mix of legs, bench, back, all of that.
Okay.
And then Thursday, swimming, sauna. Friday I do 5Ks, and then we usually do sprints as well. So we do warm up sprints and then hills.
That's still a good workout though, but bro, you know what it is, Robbie, you gotta understand, I've been used to performing at this level since a kid. So what might be alien to you is not alien to me, because it's standard, it's programmed in my body. I've never stopped doing these things, you know what I mean? A lot of man, Asher said it to me one time. Ashley Waters, he goes, bro, you're a machine, bro. Asher's like, and I see Asher, me and him done a show that I beat for like literally about a week before Top Boy come out, we had a show, and me and him sitting on the beach, and he was like, I said, Ash, I said, you look good, you look, bro, because he's been training bulletproof, Top Boy, he's been in good shape. I said, yeah, man, but I'm good on the outside, but he's like, Harvey, I can't run like you, bro. He's like, you're just a different animal.
Different build as well, man.
Yeah, he's like, you're just a different animal. But I said, at the same time, I just work hard. I believe, I'm a big fan of Lomachenko, the boxer. And I like what he said in his documentary, like, you have to push your body to limits. And I've been copying what he does now, and Andy Joshua started doing it. So when I go swimming, so I do my swimming twice a week. When I go swimming in a swimming pool, I put my head under water and see how long I can hold it underneath there. Lomachenko he does about 6 minutes without coming up in it. Watch the documentary. I've only managed now to get to 2 minutes 20.
Building.
But I get myself to the point of where I feel like I'm gonna drown. Yeah. And I just go through it. Yeah. There's that point of fear, because it's all panic. When you feel like you're gonna drown, you panic. That's what makes you drown in. You're like, ah! Do you know what I mean? But I take myself past that point of fear and just test my mind. So I've gone to that point where I feel like I can't breathe no more. I just hold it, just do another 20 seconds and suck it in and get through it. Get through that moment.
Your respiratory system, I mean, that saved your life essentially one day, remember? I mean, when you had the instant napper, you got stabbed, your ear. Yeah. Coming down, and I think the doctor said that due to your respiratory system, oxygen was flowing. Yeah. I mean, a lot of that's happening now, the stabbing, all this kind of stuff. How did you, it's a bit of a loaded question, but how did you feel when that was happening? What was going through your mind?
Bro, it was like a dream. Any man that's been stabbed, that be watching this, or has been shot, whatever you've been through, is like when it actually happens to you, you're like, is this my body? I remember being in the back of the taxi, like holding my neck, and this beauty was holding my neck, and blood was fucking everywhere. It was like a horror film. And I actually remember saying to myself, like, God, no. I kept saying to myself, you're not gonna die, you're not gonna die, you're not gonna die. I kept repeating them words in my head, bro. I said, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Even though I knew I was dying, I said, don't panic, bro. Get. If I panic,
make it worse.
I'm gonna bleed out, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna collapse. Don't panic, man. The mental strength that night, where I can't even describe it in words. It wasn't till the woman put the adrenaline in my neck, or where the hell she stuck it, and they said to me, "You're safe now." Because the way I seen the doctors running around, and they took me straight to a theatre, bro. You know it's serious.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the doctor screamed when she seen me, and she was like pressing the buzzer, and then people was running all around me, and people coming with fucking masks on. Like, I'm there like that, fucking blood everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, bro, this is fucking what you see in the films.
Insane.
And I always say to myself, man, since that day, man, that's why I just look after my body, man. Look after, give yourself half a chance. Mate, like I said to you, people be quite shocked to know that I socially smoke now and again. I smoke a bit of Bob Marley now and again, but that's within moderation.
Yeah, everything within moderation.
Do you understand?
Fine, do you know what I mean?
That's moderation. But people would be like, one of my boys in So Solid has been in a group for 15 years and went, raw, I didn't even know you smoke.
Yeah. Every now and then, little treat now and then.
I live a hectic life. I need something to unwind. When I'm watching the new series of Top Boy, give you a little plug there, right? You know what I mean?
And when you're doing TV, I mean, you were doing Young Gods of Comedy.
Yeah.
Young Gods of Comedy was a big one. You had Kojo on there, a few others. That was like your concept, your production, that one taken to MTV Base.
Have you done your research, bro?
Big boy one that was. It's so, what keeps on coming up is the change. You know what sticks out for me is the change in dress, man. The dress sense. Yeah. You know it's back in the day, bro. That's what the giveaway is.
Bro.
And of course you got a big relationship with Kojo,
That's right, bro.
Of course you sat down and had a in-depth interview with him as well. He was doing the X Factor, got that golden buzzer.
Pulse88.co.uk.
Yes, Pulse 88 Radio, your host Rob here on the Best of British show, here every single Tuesday 7 PM until 9, playing all of those UK bangers.